everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a very helpful video because this could be for anybody who is just finding out they're pregnant or they're going through the same thing I'm going through. So you guys, April 30th, for anybody who is just now learning or clicking on this video to see anything, April 30th, I pissed on a pregnancy test and found out that I was pregnant. And according to this app that I am using, I am 9 weeks and my baby is about the size of a grape. So that's what that looks like. Hopefully you can see this. And yes, I have experienced some morning sickness, and I have not experienced fatal morning sickness. Knock on wood, hopefully. I hope I don't have fatal morning sickness because I am somebody who absolutely despises throwing up and getting sick. I have always been terrified of that, and I think a lot of that is because when I was a kid, I was constantly throwing up. And I always remembered I hated it and it scared me half to death when I was a kid. So yeah, I hate puking, but I have experienced some morning sickness. And a lot of people think morning sickness is just in the mornings. Totally false. I have gone to work, felt fine until I got to work, and then it would hit me, and then I would just be like, oh, I would be feeling queasy, nauseous, but have not got to the point to where I threw up specifically, but I've came close. One of my biggest problems that I notice I have encountered of my morning sickness is smells. Holy shit, you guys. It's like I don't even want to smell anything because I don't know if it's going to affect me, if it's going to make me sick, if it's going to make me nauseous, or just overall not make me feel well. The first time that happened was we were on our way back from Arby's. I was craving Arby's, and the smell of Arby's hit me out of nowhere, and I freaking got nauseous. I told my husband, please roll the windows down so I wouldn't smell it as strong. And yeah, so that happened. McDonald's, I will not eat McDonald's until I no longer feel nauseated, because we went to McDonald's. My husband loves McDonald's, and as soon as we pulled up to the first window to pay, the smell of McDonald's hit me. My stomach was going and then as I was eating it, I'm like, but yeah, this was all before I looked up a lot of remedies, because like I said, you guys, I am trying everything in my power to not have extremely bad morning sickness, and I want to share that with you guys. So the first one is, obviously, if you find out you're pregnant, the biggest one that I saw is they said to start on your prenatal vitamins immediately, which I have already done that. The vitamins I'm using is called Smarty Pants. These were the best reviewed ones that I found online, so I started these. I picked these up at Target. I think they were $22. A little pricey, but hey, to keep me and my baby healthy, that's all that matters. So that was one of the biggest things a lot of people were saying, is to get on your prenatal vitamins, because that could help, like, give you the nutrients that you may have not been getting. That could have been what was causing you to have the morning sickness or the urgency. Now, I do know some of these remedies may not help you, because there's some women who get chronic morning sickness, and girl, I feel bad for you if you are. It sucks, I know. The next obvious good thing is, one thing I have noticed with me is I try to eat something light as soon as I wake up. Like, let's rewind that back a little bit. When you do get up out of bed, don't just rush out of bed. Slowly get up out of bed. If you have to, eat some crackers or toast and before you get out of bed, but slowly get out of bed. And then what I try to do is I just get up out of bed. I sit on the edge of the bed for a minute just to make sure like everything's settling right as I'm getting up and I'm not gonna start getting sick or anything to that nature. And then I get up, do my business, anything to that nature. And then I have had to do this, is eat some crackers before I got out of bed. Because I was just not feeling it. I was like, ugh, queasy, laying down, queasy. But yeah, crackers definitely save you. I'm down to a pack and a half, so I've been eating crackers religiously. I have been eating toast with a little bit of butter just to try to settle my stomach. Toast and crackers are really good for mornings. Now if you think you can stomach, I did try a bagel the other morning and I did pretty good with that. Another thing I have noticed with my morning sickness symptoms is water has been my lifesaver. I always keep a bottle of water by the bed and pretty much everywhere I go because I sip on it just vaguely and it smooths my stomach. It really helps my stomach. And one other thing I have noticed with my pregnancy is I can't drink a lot of Coca-Cola anymore because it automatically upsets my stomach and gives me a lot of indigestion. So I have stayed away from that as well. Like I'm drinking my apple juice to try to soothe my stomach before I eat anything. And yeah, so water is definitely a big life changer when you find out you're pregnant. For me it has, I don't know for anybody else, but water has helped me religiously. One other thing I do notice is if you eat small meals throughout the day, that helps with the morning sickness, because I think morning sickness is hunger. You're feeling hungry because obviously you're feeding 2 people now, so you're getting more urgency to eat. And I think since like before I never used to eat anything in the morning because it would always upset my stomach, but now it's like I can tell if I don't eat anything, I pay for it by noon and I'm feeling queasy, dizzy, and all that other crap. So I've just been telling myself you need to eat something regardless. If you feel like you need to eat it or not, put something in your stomach. That is the #1 golden rule, is put something in your stomach, even if it's something as small as crackers, you guys. The last thing I kind of want to talk to you guys is, now I don't know if this is what's been really helping me. I feel like it has been, but one of my friends on Facebook, I had suggested, well, I had made a comment that I was experiencing like smells were getting to me really bad. And she obviously has kids, and she said try cband. And I said, what the hell is cband? And so I googled it, searched it, and I'm like, what the hell is a cband? Like, I didn't know what it was. And when I pulled it up on the internet, I saw that it was like a wristband, and I'm like, what the hell would a wristband do for you? So I did all the research on this, and I'm like, well, you know what, for $14 it could either go positive or it could go bad. So I said, for $14, let's try it. I went up to Walgreens and I picked it up. If you guys are wondering, this helps with nausea, travel, morning sickness, and chromotherapy, and it includes nausea relief. So it relieves your nausea, it's effective, it's reusable, it's washable, and it is used by doctors and in hospitals. So the more I did research, a lot of people were saying acupressure wristbands, I think is how you say it. And the more I kept reading into it, I'm like, these are those cbands that people are talking about. You guys, I don't know what the hell. Now, I do know it's some type of like pressure point. So this is what the band looks like. I just went with the black ones. I wasn't too fancy. I didn't care. So it does have a ball right here, as you guys can see. And it actually puts pressure on your skin. And how you have to use it is you have to look for your bending point. So you find your bending point and then you place your 3 fingers from your bending point, and that's where you would put this pressure ball. And ever since I've been using these, and I put them on as soon as I wake up out of bed, well, before I even get out of bed. I'm like, girl, these things are coming on. And do not recommend sleeping with them, because the only downfall with these is the wristbands are really tight. That is one thing I did see in a lot of reviews, is the wristbands are very tight, and they are. They're not like super tight to the point to where you're gonna lose circulation, but they are uncomfortable. But once you wear them a couple days, you kind of get immune to them, so it doesn't bother me anymore. But yeah, and then the ball just puts pressure from your 3 fingers up from your bending point. Hopefully you guys can see this, and that's where you put the ball. So that's pretty much how I have it. These have worked mysteriously. I don't know what they're doing, but I do notice smells don't bother me as bad anymore. Now, there are some smells that still get to me, like a lady's perfume the other day really bothered me. I thought I was gonna puke on her. But yeah, certain smells still kind of bother me. I do notice the nausea has subsided so much, so much. Now, I still get my days or my nights, or if I eat something, like last night I ate pulled pork, which probably wasn't a good idea, but your girl loves some barbecue pulled pork, okay? And it tasted perfectly fine. I was eating it, and maybe about an hour after eating it, I could tell it was not agreeing with me. I was burping it up. And that's another thing, is you have to be careful with antacids. So definitely do your research or talk to your doctor before doing any antacids. And yeah, so I hope this little bit of information helps you guys, because this is pretty much what I'm experiencing. Now, so every woman is different. I do understand that. Not every woman is the same, and I do understand that, and I hope that these little remedies help you or help your future self when you do find out you're pregnant, or if you are going through the same thing I'm going through. And yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big huge thumbs up, and as always, I upload every 3 days due to working purposes. I'll see you soon in my next video. You're beautiful. Stay true to yourself. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. And fuck what people have to say about you. See you.